Alright, getting ready to leave for my high contrast MRI today. It is now 6:30 in the morning. My MRI is at 10 o'clock in Houston, which is about 2 hours away. So we're dropping off the kids at the in-laws house and then making the long drive into the city. So should be a fun day. We're just making a day trip. We're gonna come back after. So I'm taking a clonazepam about half an hour before it starts, so at 9:30. So hopefully I can just be calm, maybe take a nap. The MRI should take about an hour, they said. So it's gonna be, they said, an even smaller tube than the other MRI I had where I got kind of freaked out because it was an hour and a half. But obviously, if you haven't had one before, it's one of the ones where it's a small tube, but then they put a thing around your head to where it's like this close to your face. Yeah, I'd rather be calm / asleep during that. Would be cool. So, wish me luck. Alright, so I mentioned earlier we're driving to get my MRI this morning, and it appears this entire 2-hour car ride is directly into the sun. So that's been fun. Ow. Okay, we just got checked in here at the hospital, about to get my MRI, and so this is where I'm at. Okay. Okay, so I took my clonazepam at 8:55. What time is it now, baby? 9:15. I'm already tired. A little woozy. My MRI is supposed to start at 10. They said that I am the first person scheduled though, so the nurse has already been waiting since 8:30. She was just chilling. If I got here early, they'd see me early, so I don't know what time they're coming down to get me now. I'll film as much as I can. Maybe they'll let me film the room before I actually get started. I'll try. We'll see. Okay. All right, I'm in my little gowns, and they said I can't film in the room or show the room, which is fine. But I'm about to go in. Clonazepam's been in my body for about 40 minutes. So I will get with y'all after. They said I can have music through my earbuds. I chose Yacht Rock through YouTube. So let you know how it goes. Wish me luck. So I just got done with my MRI, and that clonazepam did not work as well as hoped. Oh, that was rough. The first 20 minutes or so was okay, and then struggled the last 40 minutes. I got really dry mouth, and so I kept doing that. They were like, you gotta try and keep your head still. And they only had to repeat one of the sessions, which was 5 minutes long, which wasn't too bad of a repeat. I made it through. I finished, but man, that was rough. All right, so now it's been a couple of days since I had my high contrast MRI, and I just wanted to do a quick recap. They said it was going to be a smaller tube, and they were not lying. For this one, they actually had like little rubber things that they had pressed against both my arms while in the tube that made my arms pushed in against my body, and same for my legs, that I didn't have in the original 1.5 hour MRI without contrast a few months ago. So that made me more claustrophobic, and I'm not normally a claustrophobic person, so that was a different experience. And then again, the thing over my head was very much definitely this close. And you know, they put your full body in the tube, not just your head, but all the way in. And this time they offered me earbuds for music, and they said, you know, what music do you want? And I said, yacht rock, like you're in a boat. And she's like, oh no, not rock music. We want you to be calm. I was like, yacht rock is calm. It's like, if y'all don't know Christopher Cross, sailing, that kind of stuff. Very calming, like that. And I had taken my clonazepam at 8:55, I think. So it had about, and I got into the MRI at about, God, what time was it? Like 9:45, I think. So it had about 45 minutes to kick in. I felt okay going in. I was a little bit nervous, but I was telling myself, this drug's gonna kick in and I'm gonna feel fine once I get in. So calm, cool, collected. I'm in there. I knew what to expect. I'm like, because I had done it before, not as, tucked in tight with those rubber bumper, kind of like pool noodle things. It felt like holding me in tight, but okay, I'm ready for this. So for the first 20 minutes or so, I'd say I was okay. Oh, and they even said, do you want us talking to you through it? And I was like, no, the music, I kind of want to just let me, take me somewhere else, imagine I'm doing other things. And they're like, okay, that's fine. Some people prefer one way or another. I was like, if you could just give me updates, say, okay, you've got 15 minutes left, 30 minutes, whatever. And they're like, okay, we'll let you know each scene, session, whatever, how many minutes are in. So they would pop in every once in a while. Okay, you've got, we're going on to the next session, it's 5 minutes long. We're going on to the next session, this one will be 10 minutes long. And so the sound variation would differ between each one. It would be a high-pitched banging, a low-pitched banging, whichever. So I'd kind of know how long each one of those would go. So yeah, for the first 20 minutes or so, I was okay. I was kind of relaxed a little bit through the clonazepam. And then it wasn't working so much. And then I got really dry mouth. I don't know if that was a side effect or whatever, but my mouth got really dry. And I was, how your mouth gets really dry and I guess you're trying to make more spit or something? And that, just doing that apparently made, muscles in my face move, and they're like, you need to keep your head really still. It's kind of messing up the scan. I was like, okay, sorry. They came through the thing. So that got me nervous about, oh, okay, I need to stay still and not move my mouth. That made my mouth, even drier. And then I was trying not to breathe as much. So I'm one of those, I can't breathe through my nose and out my mouth. It all has to be like mouth breathing if I need to take a deep breath. So I'm like, oh no, that's making my head move if I breathe too deep. So then a little bit of panic starts to creep in and I'm like, oh no, I can't panic in here. And they gave me a ball to squeeze if I need to come out. But again, that resets the entire thing and I have to start the hour over. And I'm sitting there thinking like, come on, clonazepam, do your work, put me to sleep. Let me just sleep through this or just, not care. And so then I try to start thinking of like following along with the song. It was a love song. I'm like, all right, let me think of Henry Cavill. He's a celebrity I think is kind of hot. Superman, Henry Cavill, no? Like, let me think about him. Nope, could not focus on that. I started panicking more. I'm like, okay. Let me think about my YouTube channel. You guys, let me think about what I want to do for next week. That made me think about seizures and like, oh God, what if I have one here in the tube? Freaked out more. Okay, wrong thing to think about. Don't think about that. I mean, I am going through it, guys. And they are talking to me, more throughout. Okay, you got 5 minutes. You've got to keep still. Please keep still. Like, okay. I'm trying. And this whole time, my mouth's getting drier and drier. And before I had gone in there, I had asked for a cup of water. My mouth was already starting to get dry before I got in there. So at about the 30-minute mark, I had to pee bad. And so my foot starts twitching, and they said my foot could move a little bit and that would be okay. So mouth is dry. I'm starting to panic. I gotta pee bad. I'm trying not to. I was like, how am I gonna make it through this? So the thing that I remember worked in my other MRI was counting on my fingers like this. So I would count to 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 60. If they told me it'd be 5 minutes, I'd do that you know, 5 times. You're like, okay, that's 5 minutes down. Now, okay, now it's gonna be 10 minutes. So I would just count 60 10 times, and I would just focus on that, and that calmed me down. That was how I got through it and lasted all the way down. And somehow that worked, just focusing on my fingers touching and counting through the numbers. I don't know why that worked, but it did. And the last 15 minutes of it is when they actually put the dye and the contrast. And so that was, I think, the most important, so they could see. And they only had to repeat one of the 5-minute ones because my head was moving around too much, I guess, when I had a dry mouth. She's like, okay, we got to repeat that one. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, it's only 5 minutes. I can do it. And so got through it. I came out like, you did great. And so I'm like, really? I tried so hard. Oh my God, it was so bad. And they're like, no, you did awesome. Like, thanks. And so then I got out and she's like, the nurse was getting me out, and she's like, first thing we gotta do is get her to a bathroom. She said she had to pee. It's like, oh, bless you. Got me to the bathroom, whatever. And then she's like, well, we'll be right out here while you're getting changed. Just come through this door. Like, okay. And my husband was right in the waiting room, right outside the MRI. They had let him come all the way up. And so when I got out, I was still kind of dizzy, just disoriented from being in the MRI, I guess. So he was, you know, after we were done, he was walking me out to the lobby. And I was like, man, that was not easy. He was like, yeah, she said you were moving around a lot. I'm like, what? They said I did pretty good. And he's like, yeah, they're probably just trying to make you feel like you did a good job. She said you were moving around a lot. Like, oh, I thought I was doing pretty good because I wasn't flailing about, but apparently my face muscles were. But they didn't have to pull me out. They didn't have to start the whole thing over. So, but yeah, apparently I needed something stronger than clonazepam. That was not my magic drug. That did not pass me out. That do not want to do again because that was no fun. But you know, glad it's over. It was only an hour. Everybody there was so nice, so great, so attentive, wanting to help me as any way they could. So love the people there. Just that was just my issue was I don't like being closed in apparently. But yeah, so high contrast MRI. If you have to go through one and you're claustrophobic, get as many drugs as you can, if you can. My recommendation. Alright guys, that's it for now. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below if you've had any experience like that, how it was for you. See you next time. Bye.